how to handle a 3-course meal, and especially for those who are new to this or who come from the part of the world where this is not part of their culture, for example, to eat with a fork and a knife. We will have a demonstration on how to go through typical, as it were, a 3-course meal, meaning having a starter, a main course, and a dessert. For those who haven't met me before, my name is Anisia Mwaniki, and I'm broadcasting from Nairobi, Kenya. And just to mention from the onset that for those who are within reach, we offer training, practical sessions for families, for groups, for individuals who want to learn a little more on table etiquette. And then I said, this is mainly for those who are new to these things. For those who find themselves faced with situations and things that they're expected to know and yet were not taught, were never taught. And especially were never taught because it's not part of their culture. And yet the world has also become very globalized, and we will obviously find ourselves in those settings where we have to handle probably even a formal luncheon or a formal dinner, and we don't know how to go about it. So in this video, I'm going to have a demonstration on a 3-course meal of a starter, which is a soup here, and then the main course, and then the dessert. So let's get on with it and just let's learn at least the basics so that we can begin from there, and little by little with practice we can grow and improve on different aspects of dining etiquette. Welcome. The soup course will be the starter. When you go to the table, you will find a dinner plate, which is the largest plate in the set, and then usually the soup plate will be on top. Then the soup plate is a deep plate. Yeah, it's deeper than any of the others. Or sometimes it can be, the soup can be served in a soup bowl. In this case, we've served it on a soup plate, which, as you realize, is a deep plate. And then, because it is the first course in the meal, the corresponding spoon is the one that is outermost. Yeah, it's at the end on your right, because you're going to use it with your right hand. Then the soup spoon, if you notice, is that it's usually rounded, not sharp here, and it's deeper. Yeah, because it is supposed to contain the soup properly. And then how do you proceed from there? Is that with the soup, you actually, by the way, before we even dip into it, you drink your soup from this edge. You sip it. You don't even put the whole spoon in your mouth. You sip your soup from the side facing you. And then the way to do it is you scoop the soup. You can go over the edge in case to avoid any dripping, and then you bring the soup to your mouth. Remember that with all the meals is that you bring the food to your mouth, not your mouth to the food. Yeah, and you avoid slouching. Yeah, of course you're not going to be seated like straight like a rod, but you can bend slightly, but you don't slouch towards the dish or towards the plate. So you scoop like this. You can pass it over the edge of the plate so that it stops the dripping, and then you eat the soup. And then we talk about eating the soup, not drinking the soup. And then once you're through with your soup, you just leave the spoon on the plate. If it's a soup bowl, then you leave the spoon on the side plate on which it is placed. And then generally it's a question of practice, and then you'll get used to it. By the way, Avoiding also holding the spoon like this, because that's not correct. Yeah, it's supposed to be held like this. Yeah, so you scoop your soup, you pass it there depending on also the thickness of the soup, then you eat it. And then with that, you're ready to move to the main course. Once you're through with the starter, and the plate can be put aside, and then you will have your main course on the dinner plate.